Hello and good evening, and welcome to an edition of Johnny Stereos. So, as you know, a while back, my friend Rusty, about 3 or 4 years ago, gave me this Pioneer SX1010. I remember he called me, or he texted me and said, "Do you want this?" So, what model number is it? He said SX1010. And I Googled it, and lo and behold, this is like one of the mothers of all amplifiers from the early to mid 70s. This amplifier, or excuse me, this receiver, it's not called an amplifier. This receiver is 110 watts a channel. Some say 100, 110. We'll go with 110. It was the first receiver in class to have that kind of power. So it's very stout, and once I knew what he was going to give me, I wanted it. And I had got it going. I cleaned up all the contacts here, and I was able to get sound out of it. It sounded okay, but it always sounded kind of muffled, and I was always complaining on my stereo forum on I can't remember which one it was. That said this SX1010 doesn't sound as good as my old Sansui, which I love, and it has a very nice bright sound to it. It's very crystal clear, and I love how that thing sounds. Okay, so people are like, well, something's wrong with your 1010. It should blow that Sansui out of the water. It should sound so great. So I took it to a guy up in Sacramento, stereo advisor. He said, oh, just, my evaluation is it needs a power supply work done. So he did that. And it ran for about 3 months, and it started banging and popping, and then it quit working altogether. So I found Sheldon at Champlifier just online, and he had a lot of good reviews, and I dropped it off with him, and knowing that, I said, oh, I got my Sansui, not a huge rush. Well, about 8 months went by, and I stopped by, and I said, hey dude, what's up with my my SX1010? And he said, oh man, you've been so patient, let me get on that. He worked on this thing for probably 3 days straight, and there's another video I posted on my Facebook page. I gotta try to get to YouTube. But he rebuilt the power amplifier, or the power supply, which is common failure on these, but he replaced all the parts. The guy in Sacramento just replaced a couple of the broken parts, and there was other parts just about ready to fail, and they did. He went through the whole thing, every system, replaced every capacitor that needed replacing, and many transistors that needed replacing. And on top of that, he cleaned up all the potentiometers, not with deoxit, but with, I don't know how he gets into them, but he cleans them by hand, and he did the same thing with the switches. He got those all cleaned up. So this is like a semi-partial restoration, not a full restoration, but it might as well be. It looks great. He even cleans up the display, new bulbs. Let me see if I can get it to focus in here. Yeah, there it goes. The quality of this is just amazing. And right now you can see it's on pH, phonograph. You press on this amp, or this receiver. That's how you change whether you're going from phono to aux to tape to whatever. Anyways, he had me over his shop a couple times. He had to graft a Marantz phono preamp onto it. He tried getting the Pioneer one to work, and it wasn't working right, and he even took another one out of another SX1010 and had the same problem. And he was worried it might have been something in the switch assembly was causing these weird distortions in waveforms that were, if you looked at a woofer, it was moving in and out, even though there wasn't a whole lot of bass going to it. And he spent the extra time. He said, well, let me try this, maybe grafting a Marantz board on there. And he did. And he said it fixed it. And I said, great. So I picked it up tonight. We hung out for about an hour. He let me test drive it, and told me everything he did. And he took pictures of the whole restoration process, of all the stuff he took apart, all the stuff that he, did. So hats off to him. Right now I'm really happy. And I'm hoping that this is the last time I have to put money into this beast. So I'll just play something real quick. Here, a little Smashing Pumpkins I had left over from the other night. Well, come on. I just lifted up the needle in it. Went right back to stop. Well, and if you're not quick on the draw on this one, it will do that. So you kind of have to be quick. Okay, note that it's at about 1 right now. And it's about all I need. I mean, I got a wife going to bed right now. It's about all you want it on right now. Got the loudness on. Take the loudness off, and it's like a filter, increases or decreases bass. So originally I'd always have to have this treble all the way maxed out to get any kind of decent sound quality. Don't have to do that anymore. I don't even have it maxed out. I'll turn it up a little bit. Alright, I literally listen. Okay, I'm turning it this much and listen how much louder it gets. Alright. This thing's got some fucking power, I'll tell you that much. Anyways, that's all I got. I'm really excited about this thing, man. And it's good to have it back, and it's good to hear it sounding so great. And to all you SX1010 owners, I now know what you've been talking about. So definitely this receiver is kick-ass. All right, have yourself a good night, everybody. Bye.